This is Disaster Day of Crisis for the Nintendo Wii. It's a rather strange game, so rather than trying to explain it, I'll let the game explain itself.
Just in case.
This is really turning out to be one hell of a day.
I told you, we can't save everyone.
That should give you a pretty good idea of what the game's about, I think. And joining me on this adventure, I have Precious Roy.
Hello.
And Liquidy Poo.
Hello.
So this is this game is exclusive for the Nintendo Wii, also exclusive to Japan with later with a European release. First thing we're going to do here, there are some sound effects that are emitted from the Wii Remote by default. You have to go into the settings and change them to be on the TV. Otherwise, there are just certain things you can't hear.
That old gimmick.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have an output for your tin can? I mean, your Wii remote?
I'm professional, but not that professional.
There's still a rabbit stuck in his, so.
It's been there for years. I don't know how to get rid of it. Whatever. There's also an additional difficulty level called Real Disaster, but that only unlocks on New Game Plus.
I hope that isn't an indicator of the quality of the game.
It's both a positive and negative indicator, I think.
Ah.
I was really expecting the intro tagline. Like, this is turning out to be a real disaster.
Don't worry, we're gonna take good care of
This rescue has been a total disaster.
Hey Ray, I'm all done over here.
Just finish things up on my end, too. Listen, I'm not gonna let you fall, okay? And even if you did fall, I'd jump out there and catch you, no sweat. Okay, we're moving out!
It's okay. We've rescued Barry Burton. Everything's going to be fine. Maybe now he can pilot the helicopter.
Jump out there and catch you? Oh, that is so sweet. You're gonna be that guy's Valentine, Ray.
Yeah. Lucky me, huh?
There is no way Ray is that much of a professional with that haircut.
But it's aerodynamic.
So, how else is he gonna jump out there and catch him?
Roger that. Heroes, roll out. It's time for dinner.
I'm with you. Let's go.
That guy's voice sounds kind of familiar. Where have I heard it before? Uh-oh. Mother Nature is getting out her RPG with lock on.
No!
Oh, no.
Go! Get out of here!
Oh, so close to a double kill.
They're gone, Ray! Nothing we can
So that's what happens when you try to play with KBM, think you're a real pro gamer who could go without aim assist on a controller.
I might be crazy. Did that boulder just go meow?
Ouch, right in the kidney. Ooh. On the plus side, he's getting a very nice neck massage. So, win some, you lose some.
Wait, he pushed that over the long way. I would have... That's weird.
Just great.
I agree. Your ass is just great. Could use some work, though.
Steve, you hear me?
Damn it. Where are you?
I'm not dead yet.
So, welcome to the tutorial level. There are a lot of mechanics in this game, most of which are explained pretty well by these tutorial messages. It is a Wii game, so we don't have a second analog stick, meaning that probably the worst part of how this game controls is that you need to use the D-pad to move the camera. And if it's the first thing it teaches you and you can't move, you're forced to look up at Mataguilas before you can do anything further.
I gotta say, if life becomes empty, you will die is the most profound thing a video game has ever told me.
I saw that too. I really wanted to read it out loud.
So, I mean, tonally, this game is like, okay, so in much the same way that Metal Gear is inspired by old spy fiction and 80s Hollywood action movies, this is like an alternate Metal Gear that is instead inspired by the disaster movie renaissance of the 90s and maybe like some Irwin Allen stuff from the 70s as well. We will be seeing almost every single natural disaster known to man. I would also like to keep in mind that the events of this game take place entirely over the course of 24 hours.
And yet he was already complaining about those 2 short hops you did at the very beginning. It's too much.
Yeah, sprinting, I mean, I guess it instead of like, or well, it has a traditional sprint meter, but also, well, there's a bit more to it that we'll see later on.
Yeah, it'll buff out.
It's split in two. Shit!
I'm pretty sure at this point I've decided on the thread title of Stop, Drop, and Waggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No!
think that seems very appropriate.
Putting yourself out is a mini game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There are no shortage of mini games in this title. Here's another one, for example. Ray has the incredible ability to punch anything in his way. He's very much a Chris Redfield knockoff in that regard. And you can upgrade his strength later on.
Oh, yes.
And then there's this. This is probably one of the most infamous things to come out of this game. If you know anything about Disaster Day of Crisis, all of the food is gigantic. And, of course, the eating animations that come with it are something truly special.
Yes, comically oversized burger.
Everything is comically oversized. It's incredible. I love it so much.
And as noted by the tooltip earlier, you can only carry crackers.
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, our main character, Ray Bryce, is a member of the IRT, an international rescue team for natural disasters, so he has to pack light.
I thought it was International Ritz Tasters.
Well, I mean, that's his second job.
Okay.
So you may be wondering, how the hell have I not heard of this game? Well, for one thing, if you're on the younger side, this game came out in 2008, but also it never got an official North American release. This is a Japanese game meant for Japanese audiences, which got a localization in Europe, but the conscious decision was made not to localize it stateside. Or actually, no, it was already localized, but not to bring it to a North American market.
Steve!
Additionally, we have a call-out button to Steve, who we're trying to find. That's by pressing the Z button.
Sean! Sean!
Sadly, there is no glitch where you can make Ray indefinitely call out for Sean over everything, or for Steve. Either of them, really. So the item we just picked up is called a Stamina's 30. If you look at the top left corner of the screen, the gray bar that is constantly draining is our stamina, which you replenish by eating food. And if you take a Stamina's 30, it stops your stamina dropping temporarily for about 30 seconds or so.
Ray's coughing a lot.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's because there's smoke in the air. Don't stay in the smoky air for too long. You will die if your lungs completely fill up.
This game is full of helpful nuggets.
Yep. So this footage was recorded quite some time ago, and this is me failing to realize that you have to take a deep cleansing breath before the game will let you continue. And he managed to cough at the same time. That's very impressive. Anyway, I think it's about time that we go and find Steve.
Guy figured out how to use his fingers that time.
Yep. Those pesky event flags.
Just a deep breath, that's all it takes.
I have also slowed down the loading screens, occasionally sped them up just to make sure that the folks at home can read along with this text, because there is occasionally useful information on here.
Hey, Ray!
You all right? You decided to live a little longer?
Yeah, you too, huh? You heard?
Nope. Check it out. Tip top.
Yeah, I took a
Well,
few deep cleansing breaths, patted myself out.
I wasn't joking earlier, by the way. That does.
People on the helicopter.
Steve's voice actor kind of sounds familiar.
You aren't a superhero.
He does.
You can't save everyone. But listen.
Thank you, Steve, for stating the direct message of the story, or rather,
You know where we are
a
now.
statement that Ray will spend the rest of the game refuting, which is that you can't save everyone.
The eruption's messing with it.
So put it away, man.
Hey, don't badmouth the compass. This is our good luck charm.
Yeah, that's great, Steve, but
Hey, I'm serious. It's protected me till now.
Oh! Compass
Sure
just ran out of
has.
juice, bud.
I mean, technically speaking, it still protected Steve. He didn't die from that. So here's another major mini game, which is disaster action. You have to run away from various natural disasters, and you do that by shaking the Wii remote and nunchuck as fast as you possibly can. Get the hell out of there, Ray.
God, these running animations are fantastic.
Wow. Yeah.
It's not safe here. This way.
Oh, good job, Compass.
Well, that's the thing. The compass only protects the top half of your body.
it's broken. I gotta stabilize it.
We're out of time, partner.
I am very disappointed that this does not have a stabilized breaking link minigame. There is one later, like much later in the game.
Let me treat it first.
Sorry to be such a pain in the ass.
Forget it. See what it's like being rescued for once.
Oh, this definitely has turned out to be one hell of a day.
No, it's turned out to be a big disaster.
An entire day of crisis, you might say.
For me. If I don't make it, give this to my little sister. It's something for her to remember me by.
Hey, quit talking like that.
Just in case, Ray.
The compass will point her in the direction of her future husband, and I have rigged it so that it will always point at you.
Listen,
I must continue the Steve legacy.
if anything happens,
Oh,
Continue
Lord.
continue the bloodline.
even if it's just to tell her our
Hey, Ray, is that a big magnet in your pocket?
Free to survive. Besides, does she really want to hear about the time we... I didn't think so.
The time you what?
The time you fixed her brother's leg in an extremely suggestive manner.
Your sister gave you this, huh?
Yeah. It's been my good luck charm since forever. She was so little when she gave it to me. Little and perfect. She got
Oh, that's weird, man.
smart,
Yeah.
good looking. She's my pride and joy, man. Hey, don't get any ideas, pal. I said look after her,
Getting
and that's
weird
it.
here, Steve.
You hear me?
Super weird. Super uncomfortable.
Look, do you want me to hook up with your sister or not? You're sending very mixed signals.
We gotta get out of here!
That's right. Put extra pressure on the broken leg.
Steve!
Why didn't you just jump out there and catch him?
Well, I mean, from that angle, he has to go get rope first, and also something to secure that rope. This really does very well establish the character of Ray Bryce. This is a man who will not rest until he has done everything he can to save someone. I'm just realizing how many of the actions in these cutscenes are turned into mini games later on in the game. It's kind of spooky, actually. Yep.
Oh god,
Putting
the rope
bird
burn.
and rope burn, given the location. Who knew that rope burn had convective properties?
Look! Ray, you can't save me. You gotta let me go. What? Hell of a day, huh? Steve, don't take it too hard, okay? It's not your fault. Please, Steve. I can't. It's okay, partner. I already told you, we can't save everyone. No! You can't! I won't let you! Take care of her, Ray. You hear me? Steve!
Steve! Don't tell her about that time in Cabo!
I actually cut out quite a bit from the intro cinematic we saw earlier, because, I mean, it's not just this. Not just Steve's death that it spoils. It spoils basically the entire damn game, including every natural disaster that will appear later on. So, yeah. If you thought what you saw earlier was already a huge spoiler, well, depending, maybe later on in the game, we'll come back and revisit some of the moments that the intro cutscene gives away entirely. Well, that sure turned into a catastrophe.
Some sort of crisis.
Did Michael Bay write this?
Think about where Michael Bay was in his career at this point, when with the type of films that this game is inspired by. Like this was the rock era Michael Bay. Yeah, like this
it's
game is
true.
very clearly inspired by like Armageddon, Deep Impact, Twister, The Last Hour of Titanic. There's a lot of specific cues taken from that time in the 90s where disaster movies became really in vogue that then just died overnight immediately after 9/11.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
There's
You're not
there's a
wrong.
lot to talk about in regards to this game's localizations in plural, but again, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself there. But the point is that Yeah, this game is even more interesting than it first appears, and we'll be finding out why, seeing far more of what the game actually has to offer in the next video.
Cool.
I gotta ask, I'm asking this, and I'm swearing to the audience, I have never once looked up a voice actor in one of these LPs. Steve's voice actor, you're alluding to him being somebody that we should know?
Yes. There's
You're not gonna tell
another
us, are you?
character voiced by an actor very commonly associated with that other voice actor. Uh, in fact, I believe they also had a hand in like localizing this to be like deliberate dialogue deliberately, like B movie schlock, that kind of thing. uh, I'm trying to remember. Did we see that character? I
Aha.
think we see that other character in the next video. I mean, it won't matter anymore with Steve because he died. But yeah, we'll see what is up with everything else about this game in the next update.